So DBT and the National Archives and the National Data Library for the past 4 or 5 years have been working on creating a machine-readable data set of legislation and regulation data. And they are now at a point where they're ready to start exploring different solution sets to see what they can actually do with all of this data. So this hackathon is the beginning of that exploration.
The organisations involved are the National Archives, ourselves at Department of Business and Trade, National Data Library and Ministry of Justice. In addition to that, we've got academics of the Alan Turing Institute, a whole set of legal tech and reg tech companies. We hope that the data we're producing will help them bring down compliance costs for businesses, freeing up revenue for productivity and profit, contributing to the government's growth mission. And for those internal to Gov, we want to make the process of regulatory reform easier.
I'm from the Ministry of Justice and I work in legal services innovation. The problem that I've come with today is around how can law tech help improve access to justice. So when you have your everyday user who might not be able to afford legal services, is there something we can create using the available data here today that will help them through their legal problem?
I work for the National Data Library Programme, which is part of the Government Digital Service. So the challenge that I've set today is how can the trusted legal data that the National Archives hold be made available in a way that businesses can use. So we're looking at how can the data be managed in a way that AI can interpret it appropriately, and what sort of services can we look to build as government or in partnership with industry to provide SMEs with trusted legal guidance.
I'm with the Department for Business and Trade. We have organized this event to understand how policymakers can help businesses accelerate their everyday operations. So helping reduce the burden of regulation. What I want to get out is understanding where extensive data sets and legislation can help produce results, but also what they need to be augmented with to give good insights.
For us internal to government, it'd be great to see a way to help businesses traverse a very complicated regulatory landscape. There's almost 200 different regulators all publishing legally enforceable guidance, and that all derives ultimately from legislation.
This morning, the main idea was to get the teams to get to know each other, getting to know the problem, and spending time with the challenge setter to delve a little bit deeper. Then they ideated. They used a technique called Crazy Fours and generated as many ideas as they could. And then we spent a good amount of time turning that from 25 to 30 ideas into a few gems that they were able to actually commit to today. And then all afternoon, they have been building their solutions in their squads.
It's been a really great opportunity to bring everyone together. I think that multidisciplinary energy has really come through. It's been great to be hosted by public and have sort of structure around the problems. It's been great just looking around the room and seeing all the collaborations happening.
People have brought so much energy, lots of SMEs. Partially they want to support government, but partially they're interested in how they can exploit data sets. And you really feel that everybody is kind of driving towards a solution.
There's a lot of different expertise here, which is leading us down different paths that I'd never thought of. So for me, I think it's just energy of exploration and collaboration.
It does feel like a lot of people have had their horizons broadened, and people have been really enjoying the opportunity to bounce ideas around. A lot of the people that I've spoken to have really appreciated the fact that they've got a lot of new things to think about, a lot of new ideas and insights to play around with that they didn't have before.
We wanted to hear from the legal tech sector about whether what we were delivering was of use to them, and from the vibrant room it seems it has been.